Guys, it's actually, well, I always say actually so that you guys know that I do intend to say stuff that I say consistently. But anyway, it's April the 7th of 2024. April 7th, 2024. And yeah, I'm going to go to the fast food restaurant again today. I'm going to author another work paper. And I'm going to have it published on my website and also have posted on LinkedIn and have published in script.com and so forth. All right. And this is I have a few things to explain to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys that it's Sunday, April the 7th, 2024. But I gotta identify myself. Not gonna fall in the bathroom. That's not gonna happen.
I want them to get out into the field. I want them to make good money, and that's what this does.
All right, I'm gonna show you. That is. I have the television on CBSNews.com, and yeah. Okay, this is what I was trying to cover up. When I do point at this door, I am covering up that I do have a secret door that's isolated from all simulations and all perception of entering into other portals, isolated within coordinates I cannot provide here in Central Florida or South Florida. You guys will never be able to figure that out. But yeah, that's the reason why I kept focusing on the door. But another reason is that, not another reason, but I do want to explain this. There are higher universes. There are infinite universes, okay? So there are agents from my dad's universe, my original universe, my universe of birth, who magically show up here on this planet, and they literally disappear via thin air, and they go back to heaven, and they wait to re-show up again and rescue my me getting to the next narrative point and so forth. They keep rescuing me because they found out a long time ago of why I have 3,000 wives in heaven who are secretly my daughters, and why I always have 10,000 children in every lifetime. They looked at the pain I've been through over the past 1,500,000 years to protect that flock as the sole male deer or antelope or gazelle, this and that, to save them into birthing my offspring. Okay, so I always saved my daughters or my wives. We magically appeared on planets, and my DNA was always of the same sort of evolution from my initial point of being the first soul and microorganism in the colony of the high universe, which became a governing sector above this universe. Okay, so this is very complex, I guess, but they are my daughters. Okay, and we have 10,000 children in heaven. My daughters are the most ancient female beings, female souls in the universe. They are of the high universe, and they have no recollection of it. Only I get to live in the high universe, in this universe, and that's the sacrifice they made. But they are with me in the city of God and angels, or the royal city. So we birthed our 10,000 children, the most ancient beings of Earth and its constellation, including Kobe Bryant. Okay. That's what I want you guys to know. That's what I want you guys to know, okay? So this is not some sort of superficial thing. They block out all of the chatters that I'm going to receive from this universe when I take it to the second dimension, when I take it to the third dimension and be in a high universe to a lower universe. In 500 years, they're going to block out the chatter of the rest of the universe. We're going to want to find out why only God makes all the decision over the universe and over the universes, and why does he have 3,000 women around him consenting to his decisions or advocating his decisions or advising his decisions, and the chatter that comes with being of an egalitarian universe, egalitarian society. We program them to be free. We've programmed everyone your universe to be free in knowing that they're equal to everyone in the universe. But what they find out eventually is that God exists, and sometimes God shows up, and you guys can see his daughters, his wives around him protecting him. And why is that? So that they know that they are free when they have gained the light after they're initiated one by one. They find out that this is Father. Okay? He gave life to all of us, biologically and by means we cannot explain. And having traveled back to the past to when he was first birthed into actually altering and perfecting the narrative, which made sure that his particular universe became heaven for all, perpetual freedom for all, happiness for all, uninterrupted for the rest of eternity, something that has to be earned and protected, and only the most ancient being, the father of that particular universe, who has sacrificed to make sure that all of humanity evolved, it was preserved their soul and material existence toward eternal happiness without interruption. Only that being, myself, is protected in being God forever, because only myself can petition to the rest of the universes to don't over-audit us, that we are perfect enough to be able to be happy for the rest of eternity because of what I've been through, the sacrifices I've made. And what I went through on the cross, that just covered everything up. That's all it did. It did nothing else but other than making sure that everyone knows that I love humanity, damn near more than myself at times. And that I love Mary Magdalene, my holy daughter turned chief wife and angel, more than myself. I died on the cross for her. That's all it covered up, is that I earned the right to be God, and you guys being brainwashed into knowing that instantly, every time they say the word Jesus and God, to know that I am. Okay? Universal mind control. In emergencies, we press a button and we say that's enough, the ride is over. That's what's going to happen in 2.5 weeks. People are just going to believe it's because of what happens in Manhattan. No, it's going to happen because we're going to push a button, and it's just going to correlate with what happens in Manhattan. I'm going to free America from a future. This is what the future had. We looked into the future, and if Donald Trump had won the future, this is what would have occurred. We would have had a sex performance shop or store at each corner in New York, at each corner in every metropolitan urban district in the world, starting with the United States of America. Young women and girls, slaves to man, not to the man, slaves to mankind, for 500 more years, and possibly even more than that. Sex performance shops at every corner, no longer just strip clubs every here and there. Porn actresses trying to find a way out of the porn industry by being strippers who are secretly always prostitutes. Confused, dazed, scared for their lives, and forced to having a smile on their face while being degraded, just like the African American slaves for over 300 years. Trust me, the slaves had a smile on their face while in excruciating pain. They kept a smile on their face and they kept saying, I love you, master. Thank you, master. Thank you, master. Trust me. It was fear. Not F-A-I-R. F-E-A-R. It was fear they were showing on their face, that fake smile. Embarrassment, humiliation, degradation, inferiority in belief. Belief in their inferiority. Stop saying that I'm crazy. I want you guys to know that. Okay? I'm not a crazy man. I need you guys to stop to know for sure that I'm asking you guys to quit saying that I'm crazy. I need you guys to know that. That's what they had planned. We're going to get that out of the way. What also was planned was nuclear warfare for the rest of eternity. And what they argued is that the 3 or 4 polar powers of this world would eventually be all that remained other than colonies all over the world per the negotiations. We saw the plans. There's no point in hiding that anymore.
They'd just be like, wait, but isn't that, like, it would confuse the hell out of people.
She's still surprising people. In 2022, she ditched comedy for a dramatic role.
Do not be nice to me.
Okay, so you guys can see that it's actually April the 7th, 2024. Okay? If I was God, and this is what I'm saying to you guys, And Donald Trump and LeBron James, they both said, yes, they want strip clubs and sex performance shops and porn centers at every corner of every city and town in the United States of America. They signed documentation talking about the pursuit of the pleasure of principle and the principle of pleasure. They really did, and they really meant that. They said all that matters in life is the pleasure principle, and that's what women really think it deep down inside. And they kept joking around that. They really thought that made sense. Demons. They were not born demons. They were trained to be demonic. That's all a demon is, a person who is pathologically imperfect when it comes to ethics and moral. Trained, it is usually trained. No one is born a demon. They are demons. LeBron James and Donald Trump, they are demons. And they said, well, if you are God, Shawn, if you're the only God there is, or Jesus Christ, if you are God, why would you allow any of this to occur, all of the maladies and all of the horrors of the human journey? Well, this is the reality. People have the right to make their own decision. People have the right to be good or bad and get punished when being bad. Sometimes in secret and sometimes expressed. Satan has the right to exist, to petition to me that human beings are not good enough to get into heaven, and it's my job to say I don't give a damn. Everyone is innocent enough to get into heaven, and everyone will get into heaven secretly, but they all have to pay their moral debt, or a standard of moral debt that allows me to allow everyone to get into heaven in 500 years, meaning the natives of Earth in this constellation and elsewhere being inputted into this constellation. Do you guys understand? Pornography is horrid. It's horrible. It's deplorable. It's a disaster. It's wicked. If I wanted all of the women to myself, I would have all 50 million gorgeous women on the planet. There probably is about 70 million gorgeous women on the planet as perceived by you guys. No, those are my daughters. Those are my wives in heaven. We deliver 10,000 children who are trained, their souls are trained to be genius-like very fast in getting government and society to the next paradigm. We've been doing this for 9,500 years. Me, my wife, my angels, and our children. We train our souls here on earth and go into what we've gone through, and in simulations, in heaven, the city of God and angels, to be able to pull off what we've pulled off. In 500 years, Earth and its constellation, all of it is going to get into heaven. If I was God, and the God that you guys perceive that I should be, do whatever the hell I believe is right, and never allow for any sort of dissent or sort of petition, there would only be me and beautiful women and a few men just to envy me. That's all that would exist. I am sure of it. If my version of God, if your version of your perception, if some of these folks, or those who have those who have opposed me pathologically, I have to say this to them. Your perception of God would lead to me having only beautiful women on the planet just for me and a few men just to envy me. And I said no to that as Adam. I said no to that as Adam. I said no to that as 1,500,000 years ago, but I said no to that as Adam. Okay? So I want you guys to know that. Don't say that it's what people believe, and you have to accept that, buddy. No, Melvin Ote. It is not about what people believe. It's about what I believe, and what I believe is perfect, because I've been trained to be perfect, but I'm not supposed to let you know that. I'm giving you guys 2 to 3 weeks before I reveal myself as all-powerful. Shocking and amazing. I wasn't dumb, and I wasn't sabbatical. I was just being fair. This is the last time I ever submit to you guys believing that God ought to be killed. I submitted just to the perception, not the reality. There's no reality that I could possibly be killed or that I'm not in control. I wrote the narrative. Everything I've written, the narrative points have happened, have occurred. It's just in Melvin Ote's mind that people's belief has anything to do with anything. Okay? So I need you guys to accept I'm not going to belittle you guys, but I need you guys to accept that. Okay? It's not about people's belief. I need Don McGahn to know that. There's nothing you can do about it, Don McGahn. It was just a trick play. Everything that appears to be, which favors your unethical perspective, is just not. Don McGahn is honestly my younger brother from the high universe. And he'll not believe that. Why will he not believe that? Because he signed up to dream into this world, comatose into this world, to be the black sheep. Okay, we brought a Haitian family next door here in Orlando, Florida. But anyway, he's comatose into this world to be the black sheep, to lose. He swears to God, he has no memory of heaven. We are dreaming into this world. We have no memory of heaven other than me. I'm the only person who knows what he's doing, honestly. Literally knows what he's doing while dreaming into this world. But he's utterly racist, supremacist, wicked, shockingly wicked. He signed up to pay up his moral debt. Okay? He's going to lose for the rest of his life. Over the next 30 years, he's just going to submit to seeing black ascend, to lead the world for 500 years without being offensive. Outwardly, to a world of only black agents, except Eastern Europe and China, with the black agents ruling over Eastern Europe and China via the world government, African American agents. Okay, that's what I decided. I want you guys to know that. You guys are not going to win saying we're going to abuse him every time he abuses our sensibilities or our will to live. No, that has to come to an end right away. This has to come to an end right away. I need you guys to surrender to the just cause. What does that mean? Open borders, multinationalism, multiracialism, meaning mixing, and no deals between blacks and whites, that we're going to stay segregated and not mix. And that's all that makes sense, because it makes people happy and it makes them feel safe, and they don't have to act too much in having biracial kids and grandchildren and all of that quote-unquote nonsense. That's enough, Don. Don McGahn, that's enough. Okay? I am Big Brother in the high universe and God over this universe. I created this universe. I am co-God with my Father over this multiverse, the high universe and this universe. There's nothing you can do. You cannot get in the way of anything. It's impossible. Everything is automated. I allow human beings to decide what happens in between the narrative points that I've written out, and I decide their punishment. This is the last time I've ever had to sacrifice and haven't had to purport myself a real experience of being poor and a field agent, a quote-unquote slave for the Central Intelligence Agency over the past 12 years. Is about to end in 2.5 weeks. This is the countdown. I had Beyonce, we controlled her mind, and we did send agents over to her, and she did write the lyrics, and she did the song Countdown. She did the song Ring the Alarm. It's just in you guys' minds that the CIA is not as fast as we say we are. All right? This is the countdown. 2.5 weeks or imminently thereafter, the global war will begin. It'll be perfectly staged. No one will die. We've planned it out. That's the secret. Harlem World, peace out. Look at the Maze album cover, Harlem World, peace out. We are going to demolish the condemned Harlem. It's completely condemned. No running water, utilities always shutting off. There's no point. Black people are going to be taken out of the ghettos for real. Movement of jazz people out of the ghettos. The trick play of hip-hop worked. We're going to kill gangster hip-hop right now and kill America KKK right now. America with the KKK. We kill it right now. We got you.